Why has Unity chosen TCG World among other metaverse? We did hint on this a little bit in other questions, kind of
Yeah.
similar. Anything you guys want to elaborate on this question?
Yeah, I think Andrew actually just hit a lot of the points very similar to the previous question. But I was involved in a lot of these meetings, and I think I can say wholeheartedly that it was our vision, and especially it was our CEO, David Evans, and his ability, I would even say his gift, really, to articulate a clear and captivating picture of what TCG World aims to be. And I think that really impressed Andrew and everybody who was on all of these calls. I think they really recognized, something special and unique in us that they haven't really seen elsewhere, and that's why I feel everyone on the Unity team is so excited to work with us.
What is the most difficult part of TCG World the team will have to overcome in terms of development? We talked about some complexities that you saw, but maybe if you can talk to some specific difficulties you might see, or challenges or hurdles you see with what you have right now. You mentioned the size of the world, right, as one thing, but it's kind of curious on this question, what your thoughts were. This is a good question, I thought.
Yeah. It's the massive size, not the size of the world itself, but the amount of simultaneous players that or landholders, users that you want to have experience the world at the same time. And there's ways to address that, as I had mentioned earlier. But you think about massive multiplayer today, it's 200 people. That is a massive game. And so you have not just the Unity engine to think about, but internet connectivity and these other networking and these sorts of things to think about as well. And so it's around really planning that technology layer really strategically so that we can scale as it makes sense. Yes, we want to have thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people ultimately simultaneously participating in TCG World, but they won't all be on the same land plot. And so how do we think about that? We have to think about that from lobby. We have to think about that from walking from one end of the metaverse to the other. We have to think about that from voice as well. So we own technology that enables voice communication. So if someone's talking from my right, I hear them from my right. And we have our Vivox technology for that. And so that's going to be the most complex part of this. But again, I think that's going to come organically as the community grows. So I don't think there's a need tomorrow for 1,000 simultaneous users, but there might be by July, to have that. So we're trying to scale the infrastructure and the networking and the throughput to enable an experience like that with a lot of people. Because at the end of the day, we want to have concerts and game competitions and user-generated content and all these sorts of things that could be really good, but we want to be able to have more than 5 or 10 people at the same time.